and welcome to my living room tour. I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, but as some of you may know, or maybe you may not know, it takes a long time to decorate and a lot of money, and it takes time to make money. So it's been a minute. A lot of you have already seen my living room in so many of my videos here on YouTube. I usually shoot in here. However, I get asked about where's my couch from? Where's my rug from? Some of you actually have the same rug that I have. Great minds, you know? I did want to create a video where I would have all that information in one place. Again, all of this stuff will be linked in the description. All right, come on in. When we bought this house, it was newly renovated. It's over 100 years old. And I actually found some photos of this house that were taken long before it was renovated. And this living room looked a hot mess. So looking at it now, it feels like a completely different room. Immediately, we knew there were some pros for this room and there were some cons for this room. The first con is that there are a lot of nooks and crannies. Like every wall has a thing, staircase, fireplace, weird window placement, and it poses some challenges decorating wise. Also, the fireplace is kind of the center of the room, but it's off center, which will drive you crazy if you think about it for too long. So don't think about it for too long like I have. Another con is that the room is small. So we knew we would have to find furniture that was functional, but also wasn't too big. One of the things that I love the most about this room are these huge windows. They're so pretty. One of the things that we loved about this room is the fireplace. It's decorative. It doesn't work. It actually will cost us like $20,000 to fix it. So it'll just be pretty. So what I like to do with all of the rooms in my house before I start buying furniture for them is to actually sit down and make a mood board. I do this in Photoshop, but I'll kind of like take either photos of the room or elements of the room and style colors and patterns and textures together. And honestly, if it wasn't for the mood board, I have such commitment issues. I don't think I would ever have decorated it.
Never be forgiving me, and I just want you to know I didn't mean it. Baby, I just wanna be with you. I should be with you.
We made this room kind of feel complete by adding this rug to the floor. It actually was really affordable. This rug I was really iffy on in the photos because it looked a little formal, but in person it's really modern and really cool. It doesn't look like your grandmother's rug, which is what I was afraid it was going to look like. This couch is my favorite thing in the room. It is an investment. It's by article. It comes in different sizes. I got the smallest one. It actually does fit 2 to 3 people pretty comfortably. When I say this couch is like the most comfortable couch I've ever sat on, I am not exaggerating. It is my favorite piece of furniture, article and furniture together. And actually, you know what? It is my favorite piece of furniture. I feel like this room needed that pop of color because I kept everything white in here. So I really wanted to have pieces that were showcased in the room. This coffee table is actually from Clever, first round of Clever before we all got shut down. There was a person at the office who was getting rid of this table from their office. It's actually from West Elm. It's a pretty expensive coffee table. I don't love it in this room. I actually am thinking about replacing it. I think it's just a little bit too big. These 2 chairs were probably the hardest things for me to buy in this room. I was kind of stuck between a traditional living room vibe and a modern, casual, comfortable vibe. I didn't want to be on either end of that spectrum. I kind of wanted to ride the middle. So we were able to find these 2 chairs. It's from a company called Our House. And I think they're this really nice balance of modern and traditional. I think my favorite piece, second to the couch, is this primrose mirror from Anthropologie. If you've ever shopped for mirrors, you know about this mirror. It is ridiculously expensive. This is actually one of the more affordable ones. It's one of the smaller sizes. And I wasn't going to buy it actually because it was just too much. But my husband decided he would be that person and surprise me with it for my birthday. So it was a gift because I don't think I could have pulled the trigger on it otherwise. It really is kind of like another piece of art in the room. It makes the room feel fancy. This mantle is not an ideal styled mantle. I just kind of threw a bunch of stuff up here to see if it looked good. Had this photo of my sister and I from when I graduated college, and now she's in college, which is a real weird time warp for me, which means I'm like 23. These candle holders were, y'all, This is why I can't do room tours. But I really wanted black iron looking candlesticks, and I wanted it to have like a sleek modern look to them. When I found these, they were from some random website. I'll link them in the description, but it took forever for them to come. I actually thought they had scammed me. I really love them. They're really great. I haven't decided if I like them without candles or if I want to put candles in them. So if you're a designer out there, let me know your thoughts. Is it weird if someone has candlesticks without candles? Because I think it's kind of cool. I have tons of candles around here. I actually buy these vases from the dollar store. I think they look really nice. I actually had these at my wedding. I don't know, I feel like they look dressy, right? Like they look fancy, right? Tell me they do. I also made this succulent at a CoverGirl event, and that was probably 6 months ago. It smells kind of weird. Yeah, it has like a metallic, that's weird. I don't know, something's weird about it. There's also a spider web in it, but it's still alive, which is all that counts. You guys have, I'm sorry, Benji, I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. I made this, I DIY'd this. There's actually a whole video on how I did it coming on my channel. I did that whole TikTok trend where you use baking soda to make something look like clay. Subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, because in a couple weeks I'm gonna show you how I did this. I actually took these little wispy thingamajigs from our recent Airbnb trip in Santa Barbara. I just pulled over on the side of the road and picked them off of a bush. Who says fancy can't be free, you know? The lighting in this room before was treacherous. It was like a big bulbous looking thing. So it was important that we get a new light fixture. I actually got this one from Walmart. You guys helped me decide on Instagram to buy this one versus another one that looked like a boob. Moving on to this little nook next to the fireplace. Actually, this piece of furniture was the first piece of furniture I bought when I moved into my first apartment by myself in Los Angeles. The drawer doesn't work, but the case underneath stores a bunch of books that Matt loves, a couple of books that I love. This photo of Selena Gomez, and I interviewed her. She was just everything you would want her to be. So she was so nice that I actually have her framed in my living room. So Selena, send me some rare beauty PR, okay? Another thing that's in this case is this camera. When I was a senior in high school, you had to pick a senior project, and I just had this idea. I was like, maybe I should do photography. I knew nothing about photography. A local photographer mentored me and gave me this camera, and I actually think it still works. I haven't used it, but it uses real film. This little lavender plant, actually Jen, my PA, bought it for me recently. She's so sweet. I went to water it, and then I was like, something's weird. And then I realized it was fake. It's very convincing. It's got high reviews on Lowe's, so if you buy it, don't water it, it's fake. This speaker is my favorite Bluetooth speaker ever. It sounds like my house has a sound system in it, and I love that it kind of matches the chairs in the living room. This I swear by. This is a print that's an original print from a photographer who was shooting President Kennedy. My grandmother was obsessed with Jackie O. When I was Miss Malibu, the photographer's son lived in Malibu and wanted to gift it to me. Every time I look at this photo, I think of my grandmother, even though she has nothing to do with it. Over here's a photo of Matt and I from our wedding night. By the way, this house looks like a plantation. Before I get comments about it, it is not. It's a golf course. In this little nook, I have a fake plant that I got from World Market that is one of my favorite fake plants that I've ever purchased. Over here, I don't know what to do with this area, so I just put a mirror, a full-length mirror down here because I do a lot of shooting down here. This will probably go away at some point. So for these big windows, we really needed some dramatic draperies. We quickly realized as homeowners that curtains are stupidly, ridiculously expensive. Curtains cost more than furniture, which is why I still have a paper curtain on this window. These curtains were such a challenge, but they're the most affordable version of what we had envisioned for this room. We wanted something that had more of like a linen-y texture, soft, billowy vibe. We also got this really nice dual curtain rod that allows us to put this sheer behind it. I am currently redesigning and updating our bedroom and our bathroom upstairs. It's gonna be epic, so make sure to hit the subscribe button, or you can click a video here or here on my channel. I redid my closet, which was so fun to do. I think you should try both. Why not?